Hello, and welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And it's funny, I did the countdown and I thought we were live and we weren't live, but that's okay. We're live now. So, welcome to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And I'm Naomi, your host, based here in Seattle. And welcome, Steven from the Philippines. Good to have you here. I know it's been a while since I've seen you. And then also, we might have a special guest, Zach Martinez, who is out of New Mexico, who will be joining us on the stream. And one of the things that I was thinking about is that on Thursday, I had a chance to build a couple of different sets. And these are the Roses set. And in fact, let me turn it this way. So this Roses set is 120 pieces, and it's exclusive to Lego. So you can't get this at some of your other big box stores unless you wanted to have a thank you, Zach. Yes, I'm live now. What happens is that I bounce between StreamYard and Streamlabs, and I did the countdown and I thought that we were live. And then I had to click the live button. So anyway, we're live now. But anyway, so the Roses, 120 pieces for $12.99. It's a Lego exclusive. So you have to either get it from the Lego store or you can get it online, but it's back ordered online. So, and I think, Zach, didn't you say you were going to be heading to the Lego store sometime soon? So maybe you might be able to pick some up. The other one is the Tulips. This one's very reasonable. It's $9.99. And this one is 111 pieces. And I built these on my stream on Thursday, if you remember. And I also gave Lego a tip, by the way, Lego, if you're listening, open them like a tray. Don't use the pull tabs. And in fact, the only problem is the tulips are not designed that way. The box for the tulips only open on the side. So I was suggesting that, you know, if they want to start packaging this for travel purposes, that if they train people to open them like trays, they can put this on the little tray on the airline and then work on it within the box. Anyway, I have some ideas that came out of that. I was thinking about it after the stream was over. So anyway, welcome. And I think Zach will be joining us sometime soon. So Zach, if you are, if you take that login that I gave you, and then you'll have to enter the studio. You have to click on that enter the studio, and then I'll see you. And then I can bring you into the green room. You just have to do that before I can bring you onto the stream. So anyway, so thanks everybody. And I'm really excited about this. What I have is I have a tray that I had made, boy, almost a year ago. And this was for a Tricky Bricks challenge. And this tray is made out of Lego, and it is mostly 1x2s in this navy or dark blue and sand green. And then what I did is that I made it essentially as a very low pyramid. And then when you turn it over, if you put one of these Technic frames underneath, and these aren't attached, you just place it underneath, and then it has some place to stand. So if things go awry, this is my backup plan. We could put some of the flowers onto this, and it will look beautiful. Anyway, I'm very, very excited about this because as you know, I have a Pick-a-Brick cup. And I think we have coming into the studio. In fact, hold on. Let me add to the stream. Zach Martinez. It's Zach.
Hi.
Oh, how are you? It's great.
I'm well. How are you doing?
Meet you.
It's great to meet you too, finally.
I know. You've been on the stream so many times. Thank you so much for tuning in when you do. And I think you, like some of the others, we tend to be night owls, and you're an hour ahead because you're in New Mexico. So I start at 9 Pacific. So you jump on at 10, and sometimes you're there for the whole stream, and I might be there till midnight, and it's like 1 a.m. for you. So welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. So why don't you introduce yourself, if you don't mind, and tell us a little bit about what your background is.
My name is Zach Martinez. I just recently gotten into the AFOL community. I went to Brick Rodeo this year. I started watching Lego Masters last year from just watching Richard and Flynn, and I really got into the hobby, again, and it's kind of just taken off since there.
That's awesome. And I know that you and I have chatted online, either within Tricky Bricks while the stream is going, and we'll say, hey,
Right.
Zach, how's it going?
Yeah.
And we've talked about how, since you're in New Mexico, you don't have a Lego store near you, and it takes a long time for you to drive to get to one. And
yep, actually, I'm in Colorado now, so actually I went to the Lego store today.
Oh, did you get this? Were you able to find this?
I actually did.
Yes!
I found it.
Yes.
They had them. I was really impressed that they found them, and once I saw you building them on your stream, I was hoping they would have them. So it was really nice to get them.
Oh, good. So you're in Colorado Springs right now,
actually I'm in Denver.
Colorado. In Denver. Okay, yeah, Denver's a great market, and maybe you might even have a chance to meet Moto while you're out there, because he's in the Denver area.
If I can run into him at the Lego store, that'd be awesome. I actually met him at Brick Rodeo, and he was awesome.
You should send him a note. You should. I don't know how long you're there, but you might want to just send him a note and see if maybe you guys could meet there. That would be great.
I think he's definitely told me, like, yeah, if you're ever in town, let me know.
Yeah,
so he's a really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Yeah, this community is so welcoming and generous, and that's great that you met him in person too at Brick Rodeo. And
right.
And Dawn, I think you met her there too.
I did meet Dawn. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm so glad you got these. So now I can say.
Oh yeah, like I said, I have two of them actually.
Oh, that's great.
I figured if I was going to come this far, I'd get two.
Well, they're so reasonable. They're $12.99, and you could use them as a parts pack if you don't want to. Because if you're into cars, they use a lot of those car hoods in here.
Yes, I noticed. Yeah. I definitely wanted to add them to the botanical bouquet.
Yes.
So that I'm looking forward to adding them to.
Well, and I was thinking about that after the stream was over on Thursday. So Zach was on the stream, and we were talking about how he was saying, I'm going to be at the Lego store. And I said, well, if you're going to go there, look for the roses, because you can't get them online right now. You have to get them at the Lego store, and they're exclusive. And I don't understand why they just don't plan to sell these all year round, because they have such appeal. They marketed them for the Valentine's Day and Mother's Day season, and then they had put so much marketing behind it that they sold out.
Yeah. Well, actually, and I hadn't seen them at any of the Lego stores that I've gone to, either when I was in Texas for Brick Rodeo or even the past times I've been at the Lego store here in Denver. So to see them, I was definitely happy to, I was like, I got to get those now.
Yay. And I can say he saw it on Thursday, and he went to a Lego store and bought them. So
definitely
it's now recorded. That's great. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm also we were laughing about is that because they don't sell a vase to go with the roses, that I had to put them in a pick a brick or pick and build cup, and it's the right size. I mean, at least it fits. But I think that's what we're gonna do today. Or at least that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if you want to build your roses while we're on stream, or if you wanted to just hang out.
I think I might build something else. Actually, I have a set that I've been wanting to build. From Brick Rodeo, and I think I'll work on that. It's the box. The box didn't travel very well. It's got a big hole right here, but it's the storage boxes.
Oh, nice. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's let me see. It's set 40118.
Okay, I will have to check that out. Thank you.
So,
well, that'd be good. We can I can build the vase while you're working on that, and we can just kind of sit and chat for a little bit. And one of the things, for those of you who are new to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, is that I've been streaming for a little over a year, and I've done a few streams where I've had guests come on. And then I was thinking, Saturday nights might be a good time to have a community stream like this, where we have a couple viewers who come in and we just kind of build and talk and continue on. And we did that last week for the first time. and that was fun too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 1x2s, and I have a down camera set up here too. So let me add the down camera. I'll put this way, and yeah. So the one thing that's interesting about StreamYard is that I have a cell phone that I use for my down camera. In fact, you can kind of see it in my frame here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that I have this set up as my down camera, but it's not smart enough to make it any bigger. So if I make this full screen, I can't use any of all the black bars on either side of it. You can't do anything with it. It's the program, or at least maybe I don't know how to configure it. So that's why I figured. Okay.
I'm the wrong person to ask, because I'm very unfortunate. You know, this is my first time actually using StreamYard or anything online.
Oh, well, welcome. You know what? It's funny is that my friend Allie, I had one of those Brickanista on the Move episodes, and she said, "This is the first time I've been on a stream." I said, "Really? Wow. I'm glad I could be the first one there to help you out." So what I have here, this is kind of a close-up view, is that these are just 1x2s, and I could make one of these flexible walls using 1x2s and studs. So I have some studs in white, and I have some in pink. So I thought that's what I would do, is since the roses are... Oh, Joel Marbella's here. Hey, Joel, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is Zach's this is his debut of being on a stream. So welcome. And what you just missed, Joel, is that Thursday, you know, I built the roses, and Zach's in Denver because he usually is in New Mexico, and he's really far from a Lego store. So he went to the Lego store and he got the roses. He bought 2 boxes of the roses. So I'm really, really excited about all this. So I hope you're doing well, Joel. It's good to have you here. And since Joel is here, I wanted to remind people too that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a mock improv episode, and I've got confirmed Alexander 23 and Remy Baker, Brick Literacy, who are going to be on the show with me. And then I have another potential guest. She is checking her calendar, so she is going to let me know. But Joel is really great for coming up with these innovative ideas for mock improv. As far as, I think he's the one who came up with the juggling fish or the ramen house, where we had to build that in the time frame we had. And so tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we're going to do that. And that 1 o'clock episode, we're going to focus on video bandmates, because we had a discussion about video bandmates recently. And I think Alexander 23 was able to find them at Walmart for, I think, $1 a box. So he has every bandmate out there. And I think Aubrey Kovach had sent him a couple of the white rabbits. And so he was like, finally, I've got, you know, the whole collection. And if it wasn't for Aubrey, I wouldn't have had the white rabbits. So I think that's one thing that's nice, is that our community really tries to help each other out.
Yeah, sorry, I had myself muted just because I was opening bags.
Oh, no worries. Well, like you said, this is your first time being on a stream, and I'm really, it's always exciting for me when I hear that from people. It's kind of like, nobody's invited you to be on a stream yet. It's like the Zaccardi sisters. I was surprised nobody had invited them, because, you know, they're so talented, and I figured somebody had already invited them, and so they were very excited. $1 a box. Yes. He was telling me that I guess the Walmart there in North Carolina was just starting to say, you know, these aren't moving, so we're gonna get them out of here. So yeah. So if you are interested in bandmates, he's the guy to talk to. He's got quite a few. But yeah, so my backup plan, Joel, if I'm working on a vase for these flowers, but I also have this tray that I had made for Tricky Bricks. So I could easily I could just take some of these stems off, for example, and put these on the tray like this, and they would look nice that way too. Yeah. So I'm thrilled that this is your first time being on a stream. I was talking to Allie, as I mentioned, Allie Perry, and I. She lives on Bainbridge Island, and I had her on the show. I was supposed to go to her home and then hang out on her porch like I've done with all the other episodes. And then she told me it's raining, and yeah, gee, it's Seattle.
No.
That's a surprise. And she said, I can't make it. So, and I said, well, why don't we just do this like on Zoom or on StreamYard like I normally do? And she was so excited. She goes, this is the first time I've been on a stream. I was like, okay, well, good. I'm glad I could help. So, yeah. So what I'm doing, and I'm going to focus for a moment on my down camera. So let me just show you what I'm doing down here. So I'm making this wall using just a very simple method. And you've probably seen this before if you've seen me build, is that you use the 1x2s and the 1x1 studs. And I figured what I was going to do is maybe try doing a portion of this at the bottom in all white. And then when I get a couple layers, and then add some pink to it. So that's the plan. That is the master plan for what I'm doing. Yeah. And you notice that this steps up like that. So we need to, oops. I always get confused on this part. Hold up. Because when you're building this, you notice it's 1x2 and then a stud and then a 1x2. And then if you put this stud here, then this will fit. And then you put another one right here. So you just kind of follow that pattern. And then you'll notice that this goes at an angle. So then you'll add another one right there. And then another 1x2. And you just kind of keep continuing that pattern. It's very similar to if you do crochet or macrame or anything like that, where you just have a continuing pattern and you just follow along with that. Do you make these kinds of flexible walls, Zach? Have you done this?
I've seen them before. I haven't used it, but I think it's it's a really cool technique.
Yeah, it's a cool technique. It's very easy to do, and it's something that you could do it while you're talking, which I like.
Exactly.
Now, one thing we were talking about those travel boxes. This probably wouldn't do well in a travel box because you have such small pieces. And I can imagine if you get through turbulence on a plane, which, by the way, Joel, how was your trip to LA? Joel just took his first business trip to LA. And wow. I think you were talking about that. It's been a while. So I hope that went well for you. Yeah, so you can see how the wall is starting to build out like this. And that's what I'm going to do. And then at one point, once you get enough of these bricks, you'll see that this starts to make a natural kind of arc. And then you can start building up from there. And I probably should do an episode on brick bending. I know that there's some people who have some really fancy brick bending techniques, and that's something that's kind of out of my comfort zone, but you got to start somewhere. Last year's Lego winter set had an igloo build that uses a similar technique. Oh, okay. Yeah, this, and I remember I learned this technique from somebody at Bricks by the Bay. And I think it was one of the castle builders, because what's nice about this is that you can flex it this way, and then you can do like an S. So you can make like rock walls. Like if you use a dark gray, then you can make a rock wall and have it bend going around. So that's another.
Yeah, I've seen those a lot on walls, and they look really good.
Little walls and things. And then you can also change the colors. So you remember that Super Sewer Baby build I did where he went to visit his mother in the sewers? And that I had a couple of these round kind of cistern things. Well, that was this technique, and I was using dark gray and translucent blue studs.
Yeah,
So
I think when you use the gray, it looks really good.
Yeah, the dark gray is beautiful with this, and then the white looks really good too. This is the first time I've had this much white 1x2s. So I was really excited when I was able to get these from a pick-a-brick wall, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I could use these. I'm going to do this." So yeah, but and the thing about when you work on these kinds of builds is that you start to realize that it's, you know, it's really an art form when you start looking at the patterns that start coming out of this. And like I said, you can see, I'm going to go back and show my down camera again, that if I were to change these white studs into these pink studs, for example, then you can almost build like a similar kind of mosaic or some sort of design using the different colors. So I'm going to use white for the, I think the first couple layers, and then I will go back to, maybe I'll do a little bit of white with some pink later. I mean, who knows? If I get, you know, spicy about it, who knows what I'm going to do. So are you in Denver visiting family? Or are you there for business, or?
We're just a little bit of both.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I used to live in Denver, actually. I lived in Denver in the year 2000, Y2K, but I lived there right after Y2K. It was from February to June. I was on a work assignment in a rotation, and I happened to be there right in the heart of winter. And as you can imagine, well, the thing about Denver, as you know, is that because of the elevation, that I had to have water, chapstick, and lotion everywhere I went.
A lot of people cannot handle the elevation.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I had whenever I go to Denver, I get a headache the first couple days, so I have to acclimate myself and just keep telling myself, the headache will go away. Just drink more water. You'll be okay. I had a couple of friends. They didn't realize how much the alcohol will affect you. Oh, Cowboy Kenobi's here. Hey, Cornado. How are you? We're having another Saturday community stream. So last year's Lego Winter set. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if anybody, if you or Joel wanted to join in, I can send you the link too. But and this is Zach Martinez's first stream where he's live on a show. So we're very excited to have him on. And we were just talking about how living in Denver, if you aren't used to the altitude, it does take some time. It does take time to adjust. Okay, I think, did I mess up anything here? I feel like I'm looking at this going, how come I'm missing something? But I guess I'm not. I guess I'm okay. And the other way to check is when you look on the bottom, you can just check to make sure you're doing this as plate, stud, plate, stud, plate, stud, plate, stud, plate. And then the stud would go here, and then you add another one. So yeah. Uh-oh. I'm glad you're here, Cowboy Kenobi.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. I tell you, these spam bots, it's kind of like, do you have like nothing better to do? Really? Really? Yeah. Okay, I think I see where I I missed the pattern. I think yeah, see, when you have two of these together, the bottom was fine. Yeah, I think I need to adjust this. And once again, it goes back to talking and working at the same time. It's like, it doesn't always work. Yeah, webcam HD. Oh my God. You just never know. But anyway, so have you been following Tricky Bricks pretty much from when they started the show, or have you been?
I would say yes. I think, definitely when I saw them on there, I think it was, last year, right? I think or about.
They started on Instagram first.
Okay.
And then they started, I want to say in March, maybe, of 2019.
I know the show definitely blew them into, popularity. And like I said, I know I was definitely fans of them ever since.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're just such nice people.
They are.
I think that's something that I've been, watching a couple of different Lego Masters and how they work with each other. Most of them are pretty nice. I mean, we haven't had like on The Apprentice. Do you remember the first season of The Apprentice? And they had Omarosa.
Right. Yeah. Not such nice
like
people.
An Omarosa character, except Joel. If Joel ends up partnering with Debo. Oh, 2020, not 2019. Oh, wow. That's right. That's right. It's only been a year. Wow. That just shows you how quickly time passes. Yeah, but Joel says he wants to be the villain. And we already know Debo's applying. So I think we're going to have Debo and Joel. We're going to lobby for that. But like I said, I think Debo can pretty much pick whoever he wants to build with.
That would definitely be a good combination.
So talented. Did you see his build on the Tricky Lug meeting?
Was it earlier today?
Yeah, today at 10.
I don't think so.
Were you?
I caught some of the meeting. I was actually driving, so I watched part of it, and then I would bounced in and out.
Drop off. Yeah, no, that's understandable. No, you don't want to. In fact, I've done that often where I will log in and I'll say I'm lurking, because the way the internet works with YouTube and these other channels is that you get more credit, I think, if you have people like eyeballs watching, and by the way, if you like the stream, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. In fact, one of the things I'm going to be doing, I have a couple new things that I'm going to try. One of them is I'm going to start uploading videos of short videos. So, for example, once I get this vase put together, I may do a speed build of the vase, or a speed build of the flowers, and then a speed build of the vase, and then put those all together. And that would be nice, because I think, like I said, there's a huge opportunity here that Lego's missing to put together some sort of vase combo with the flowers. But we did already decide that the flowers would be good for travel, but the vase, maybe not. Having all these small pieces on an airplane probably wouldn't be a good idea. But you never know. I mean, things could. I mean, I haven't been on a plane in a while, and I don't know if Joel's still here, but I hope your travel on the plane went well, because I've also heard there was a couple instances where people got rowdy on planes, and they had to turn the planes around, or they would, stop and just say, "You need to get off of this plane." Yeah. And it's like airplane rage. And it's sad because the poor flight attendants, they're starting to be attacked by passengers now because they ask them to wear a mask or something. That's why when I had to go to Arizona, I decided to drive. That's one reason. The other was if I had had COVID, thankfully I did not. But if I had COVID, then I could quarantine at home if I drove by myself and, kept within my own bubble. But yeah, it was just, I tell you, we live in an interesting time right now.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at my pattern here. Make sure my pattern is intact. It's intact. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm still doing okay here. Yeah. So Flynn and Richard, I actually knew them through Baylug because I am a member of Baylug as well as CLUG. And so one of the reasons why I was talking about coming down in November is that was my original plan, is I was going to try to tie my trip with the next Baylug meeting so I could go to the Baylug meeting, visit with some clients, and then head over to Arizona to visit with family for the holidays. Well, that didn't pan out because my brother got sick and my two nephews. And I was just like, it takes a long time. I was gone for 12 days? Because it took me 2.5 days to drive down there, 2.5 days to drive back. And then I also stayed there for a week just to see how things were going. And yeah, this arch may work. I mean, I'm just looking at the width of the Lego cup. It's going to be, I think, a little wider than the Lego cup. Yeah. So anyway, so I try to whenever possible. The other thought I had is that there is, oh no, there's another conference, another convention, a small one called Brickpalooza, which is in Santa Rosa. In fact, people like Joel and Cornado, that might be worth checking out. I know it's a bit of a drive for both of you, but my friend Caleb Raff, who I got to know from his shop, he had a shop, a brick and mortar shop in Rohnert Park, and then he moved to Fairfield. But he's keeping Brickpalooza so as an event. So he's continuing with that, and super nice guy. In fact, that's how I got this Batman cutout behind me, is that he was selling his displays. Yeah. Super, super nice guy. And Brickpalooza was the very first fan convention that I'd ever been to before I went to Bricks by the Bay. Which, by the way, speaking of Debo is talking about how that might be his next convention that he goes to, is that he may be able to pack Galactus and put him on a plane, like put him in a suitcase, put Galactus in a suitcase and bring him with him. And I told him, I said, for your interview, because he's putting in his application, I said, you keep talking about having Galactus in a car seat. I said, you should, have a video of you driving around with Galactus,
that would be funny.
Putting him in a car seat. Yeah. That would be hilarious. It'd be so funny. Yeah, I think we have a really, really funny group of people. But when he comes to Bricks by the Bay, like I said, that will be June, I think, or July of 2022. Yeah, that one's on my radar too. He could always ship stuff to your house. Yeah, that's true. You're only an hour and a half away. That's so true. I mean, there's several people who live fairly close to Santa Clara. So they usually hold it at the Santa Clara Convention Center. And when I went, I used to be a frequent, what do you call it? Frequent sleeper, I guess, at the Hilton. So the Hilton is right across the street. And whenever there was a 49ers game, then I would try to get a room there at the Hilton because it's literally right down the street from the stadium. You could just, get changed and get ready and then walk over there. Yeah, but now I'm in Seahawks territory.
Uh-oh.
Now, if I remember right, do you cheer for the Arizona Cardinals, or not? Is it the Cardinals? What is the team?
Actually, a lot of people in New Mexico, it's either Broncos, Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Well, some Cardinals fans. There are some Cardinals fans.
Yeah. Well, I have been a Niners fan forever. And I don't think I'll ever So that's why when some friends of mine, when I told them I was moving up here, they go, "We got to get you a Seattle Seahawks jersey." I go, "Nope." If you want it to be sitting in my closet. So the things that I do, I will wear the team shirts, is the Kraken. So I got a Kraken shirt. So I have that. How about did Aaron Rodgers fella? Oh, that's true. That's true. So Green Bay Packers, I would cheer for the Green Bay Packers if the Niners weren't there. But didn't he just come down with COVID? I thought I read an article about, I think Aaron Rodgers has COVID. I don't know. Somebody confirm that for me. I try to keep up with current events. Oh, you heard about it too?
I think it was something along the lines of he didn't tell people he had. He was possibly negative, and I think, when he possibly had it. Something along those lines.
Oh, okay. So Rodgers is in trouble for lying that he got the vaccine. Oh, but he didn't get the vaccine. Oh, that's not good. So I guess he told people he got it. I mean, that's so easy to check, though. Why would you lie about that? People can look up, especially if you're, playing for a major franchise. They could find that out, Aaron. Not the brightest move. Okay, so thank you for confirming that, Joel. I knew he was in the news for something. So that must be it. Yeah. Well, I can kind of understand. I mean, there's a lot of, like I said, my brother is an anti-vaxxer. And even he's had COVID, and I still think he's not planning to get the vaccine. And he had it rough too. It was not easy for him. I will tell you that. It wasn't easy for me to watch either. If you're unvaccinated, you can't ride the team plane. Oh, okay. So he put his teammates and the entire team in jeopardy. Oh, okay. That's probably going to be some disciplinary measures going down for him. Yeah, that's not cool, Aaron. That is not cool. I'm sure his teammates aren't happy about it. And I'm sure because he's the quarterback, that I'm sure people are, they don't want him to be in trouble, but still, that's not cool. That is not cool. Oops. Yeah. When you're first building this, it can be unstable because it's fragile. But once you get the first layers done, then it's pretty rock solid. This wall structure. And I'm also building it for the camera, which also makes it harder to do. But I think I'm pretty close. Wow. So thank you, Joel, for confirming that, because I had read about how he was in trouble for something. I thought it was that he got COVID, but apparently he's still negative. Is that right? He's still negative? Yeah, I'm like I said, we're not out of the woods yet, folks. This is still serious stuff. And I hope you're feeling better, Cornado, too. Because I know for some people with pre-existing conditions, you can't get the vaccine. Okay, I'm gonna set this down just so I can get this secured. And once this is secured, then we'll be good to go. Yeah, I think so far I've been very fortunate. I have not gotten COVID. I even took my brother to the hospital. I drove him to the hospital, and I even told him, I said, "You are sitting in the back." Yeah, you are sitting in the back, and I am going to wear a double mask, and I'm going to roll the windows down. Yeah. In jeopardy of what they were all vaccinated. He wasn't. He wouldn't be the one in jeopardy. I guess. Well, that's an interesting point, Cornado. It's like I guess he felt that he could ride on the plane with all his teammates. But these football players, here we go. Okay, so we got the ring. The ring
Oh, that
is
looks good.
done. So there's the base, and you can see it's about the same width as a pick-a-brick cup. So, okay, good. So now once you get the bottom, then you can just keep building layers up from this. And even though it's technically not a vase you could hold water in, it's kind of like we're building a cylinder. It's going to be a vase, but and you can see that this is going to take a little bit of time.
Yep. Well, I was going to ask you, do you have enough pieces too?
I definitely have enough of the white. I think the studs, I also have these pink ones. So that's why I said I might be interlacing some pink in addition to the white ones. But I think I'm going to go for white for maybe a couple more layers. But yeah, I think I definitely have enough. And like I said, this is my backup, is the tray. The tray is the backup. I keep knocking these over. Okay, I'm going to have to move let me move the flowers because I keep knocking them over, which isn't a good sign. I wonder if the other one's going to be more stable. Okay. But these flowers are adorable. They really are. And the other thing too is we don't have to make them this tall. We could make a shorter vase and then just lower the stems. And that might even be a better look. We can play around with this. It's Lego. We can modify it to be whatever we want. Okay, I'm going to move this so I don't keep knocking this over. Yeah, but those you're going to enjoy making those flowers. I think that it's going to be nice.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you saw it on the stream and felt it was of value, because
I can definitely say you sold me on them.
Yay! Well,
like I was saying, I was really surprised they had them there.
Yeah, they've been sold out for a while. So if you see them, that's why I said if you see them in the store, get them, because you can't get them online. Yeah, and that's why it's funny you bought 2 boxes. Yeah, I tell people when they ask me, well, where do you fit in the Lego space, right? When they talk about streamers, like different people focus on different things. I said, think of me as the Rachel Ray of Lego. You can make this meal for only $20. You can make this kit for $20 or less. Yeah, I was thinking about that $10 Tuesdays. I work on Tuesdays, but I thought if you go to, say, a pick-a-brick wall and you get one of those small cups, because the small cup is what, $8.99? Brickanista is a proud Lego enabler. Yes, I fully admit I'm a Lego enabler. But you keep watching, so you're here because I think I'm providing some content that you're enjoying. Yeah. But when I was thinking about, when I come up with an idea for a stream, as I mentioned, the Brickanista on the Move, for example, that came about because I was I've missed seeing people. So I said, what can I do that will get me out of the house where I can still meet somebody and, work outside? And that's when I did a couple trial runs. And I tell you, were you there when the psychic showed up? The first Brickanista.
I definitely watched. I watched that stream. That was funny.
It was like I couldn't have planned that.
And again, nothing like that can ever happen if you're not on the move.
If you're not on the move and out somewhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So another thought I had would be if I can convince the local hotels to just let me stream there for an hour or two using their Wi-Fi, and then be out on the deck or something, and then I could talk about their hotel while I'm building Lego on their deck, and Like one of them I would love to do is the Snoqualmie Hotel, which is the one that Twin Peaks was filmed at.
Oh wow.
And that you could, if I could convince them, it's like I'm not really spending a lot of time. If I don't rent a room, I'm spending, and maybe I'll tell them I'll buy my lunch. That way
Yeah.
they're not out of anything, right? If I buy my lunch, and then I could do a food review at the same time. I could
Just
say,
featured on the side.
yeah, I could say, so I'm here at the Snoqualmie Inn, also known as the Twin Peaks Hotel. And I've ordered this as a vegan, because that's another thing is that here's a good story. I know they're not going to like hearing this, but okay, so there's this company. I'm not going to name them because I probably shouldn't call them out, but they focus on health food. Hey, Doc Sampson, how's it going? They focus on healthy food options, right? This is coming along nicely. Look at that. So I signed up, and they give you all these questions. What do you like to eat, and they had vegan options and stuff. So I was excited about that. And then they botched an order. They said it was supposed to be here November 2nd. And then, November 2nd came and went. And one of the items I had ordered was some avocado oil. And I was like, I can't really saute anything without having this oil. So I called the company, and they clearly have scripts, right? Because the person I talked to via chat said, "Oh, sorry, your order isn't here yet, but we have up to 5 working days to get it to you." Because I tracked it, and it was still in Reno, even though they said it would get here by the 2nd. And then I said, "Well, you know what? This is the second time I've ordered from you, and I'm not really digging this subscription. It would have been easier for me to just drive to my local store and pick it up instead of waiting to get it from you." And this is the great part. They had this script, and they said, "Before you leave, we're going to apply 30% off on your next order, and that includes ethical meat and sustainable seafood." And I said, I'm a vegan, so no thank you.
Doesn't work.
And then I asked them this. I said, "So what do you mean by ethical meat?" And it's like silence, right? There's nothing that they could say. And he goes, "I'm going to have to refer that to a specialist who'll get back to you." Okay, so then I get this email from the specialist. Oh, geez, this spammer is back. So thank you, Cornado, for taking care of that. But this next person, the next higher up person, sends me an email, says, "Well, we're so sorry that you had a bad experience, and we try to do the best we can, and thank you for the feedback about how as a vegan that script wasn't appropriate for you." And she goes, "If there's anything else that we can do to help, please let us know." So I sent them a note back, and I said, "Thank you for the note. That was really nice of you, and I appreciate the 30% discount." I said, "But you still haven't answered my question. What do you mean by ethical meat?" So we're going to see if they ever answer that question. What can you mean by ethical meat? So anyway, I just think it's interesting that. So here's, for those of you who just tuned in here, I'm going to give my down camera full screen for a moment. So here you go. You can see that this base is coming along nicely. This is about the same width as a pick-a-brick cup. So in fact, it is the same width as a pick-a-brick cup. That's ethical meat. It's about how it's killed. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to write that down. But, the whole Middle Eastern halal method and kosher method of how they respect the animals and how they, they have them blessed before, the act, all of that. She could have answered that way. That didn't happen. It was just kind of like they dodged the topic. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to answer. But I definitely canceled my subscription. It's kind of like, I think we've gotten to this point where there's so
I'm
many.
about halfway through the box.
Oh, here, let's take a look. So for those of you who just joined, Zach is building the box. Oh, how cute.
Yeah, there's a little painter guy.
Oh, that is adorable.
And he sits on the edge and he's painting it a different color.
Oh, neat. Does he have a paintbrush too? And he has a can.
There it is.
Oh, nice. That's going to take him a while.
I don't have the paint in there right now because it keeps falling out.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool. Oops. Yeah, so I've tried a couple different of the those delivery services. Oh, and the other thing too. Okay, so I ordered this package. It finally showed up yesterday. And then I unwrapped it, and they have so much packing material. They had the oil, for example, was wrapped in a Ziploc bag, and then a brown wrapping that went around that, and then another Ziploc bag. And then they put it all into a box that had even more packing material in it. I was kind of like, that doesn't seem more environmentally safe. So the question is, so does the paint on the wall match the brush?
Yes, it actually does.
Oh, cool.
I'll show the. Oh, there's the paint. I don't know if you can see. The tip is green.
The tip is green.
And then so is the.
Oh, nice.
Well, let me see if I can put the paint in with it. Hopefully
put
not
the paint
falling out.
Back in the bucket.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. So Doc, are you feeling better after having the pepper? he had the 1 chip challenge of this like a potato chip infused with ghost peppers and such. Yep, good attention to detail. I agree. Definitely, Doc. No, I know the trend is going there, but in fact, Joel mentioned this on the stream the other day too. Our supply chain is all messed up. So getting things to market has been just a disaster. Yeah, this is looking really good. I think I'm going to add some pink. I don't think I have pink 1x2, so I think I'm going to add the pink so it goes into like a diagonal. See how that looks. So these are the pink studs going in. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, our supply chain is messed up. I don't know. I feel bad for the port workers that are down in Los Angeles right now because they're just swamped. If you see a satellite photo of what's happening down in Los Angeles and Long Beach, there are like 50 ships at sea waiting to get into port. And that's because there's not enough port workers to unload them. There's not enough truckers to get the cargo, and also the rails are all clogged up. And they've had this problem for a while. But now with COVID, everybody's ordering everything online. That's why if you're going to get anything for the holidays, it probably would be best to order it now. I think these last minute shipping, I think we're going to have massive problems with that. As much as Amazon says they're going to be able to deliver on time, and we're already seeing the problem with the Postal Service. You can't send anything to Australia right now. And it's not even the holidays. they've just said, we're not shipping anything overseas. And we found out about that from the Sort Lug call. That, yeah, people are not accepting any of those. Yeah, so I don't know if Doc or Joel or Cornado, if you want to jump in on this, I can send you the link. Let me know if you want to join in on our little build-in chat. This is something new I'm starting on Saturday nights. It's kind of like a community chat where we just last week it was Alexander 23 and Robbie joined on as well. I don't know, just mixing it up a little bit. Okay, so you can see the pink going in there, a little bit of pink. Let me turn it onto the big screen. So you see those little pink dots going around. And then when I start building this up, it'll go in diagonal. So it'll look really cool.
I want to say it reminds me of panda colors, actually. If you throw in some black in there, that'll definitely be panda colors.
I could. And if I was smart about this, I'd design it in Studio and then be able to like draw a panda on the side. Okay, I'm going to accept that challenge. But I think right now I'm still going to go with the pink because it's for roses and such. But I think that is definitely a good idea. Definitely. And like I said, once you get the pattern down and you get the first layer, it goes fairly quickly. It's not too bad. So what was Zach's first set when he got back to building? According to Joel, that's your question.
That's a good question. Actually, you know what it was? It was the Street Sweeper, because that's the first time I built the Tricky Bricks challenge.
Oh,
it was the rebrick of the Street Sweeper.
Wow! So really, Tricky Bricks got you out of your dark age.
Yep.
Because that was your first set you built.
Yep.
You should share that with them. They would love to hear that. That's a great story. I don't know if they're still doing community spotlight episodes, because I know they were doing that for a little bit, because me and Debo and Aubrey and I think Alexander 23 I think may have been on. But that's a great. I actually still have a Street Sweeper because I think
I still have mine too.
Available. Well, I
you
have
see them occasionally some places.
Do you have a city?
I want to start working on one.
And put your Street Sweeper in your city? Yeah, I think what's been amazing to me is looking at, because the one benefit of COVID is that everybody shares their workspace, right? Because you can see behind me my workspace, and then Debo has his big city, and then Matthew Builds Bricks has his big city in the background. So it's just fun to see all that. Yeah, I'm really happy with our little group. It's a very, very special group. And Joel, I don't know if you were there on the Tricky Lug meeting. I talked about this, that I will be, when I do come through, because I will be coming back to go visit my family, I will definitely let you know. I will let you know when that's going to happen. And then we'll plan that visit to that toy shop you were talking about, because that sounds like a lot of fun. And Yano was saying, yeah, come on down, and Maraid and some other people. So that was super cool. And I will definitely be there in June of next year, because that is when they're going to have Bricks by the Bay. So I plan to be there for Bricks by the Bay. I did some volunteer work for them for this last online one. So they said that I qualify as one of the volunteers. And part of that wasn't even, it was kind of, I was one of the Zoom moderators, and somebody was asking, how do you vote for things? And how do you do this? And how do you do that? So I did a couple training sessions kind of on the fly. Okay. Okay, so you can see this pink. Here, let me focus on my down camera again. You see how this pink is starting to show this? So I think I'm going to build this up a little bit and then top it off with white again. But yeah, this is going to work great. I love it. Love it. What about Bricks Cascade? Yes, I will be at Bricks Cascade. And those are the two that I have on my radar. I was almost thinking about going to Bricks LA, but I'm not sure. Because if I go to Bricks LA, I would probably do that on the way back from visiting family. Because I was talking to my mom about, now that since I went down there and I was there for a whole week, usually when I visit, I'm usually there for like three or 4 days. This was a long trip for me, being away that long. And so we talked about, I'm definitely not going to be there for Thanksgiving, but I may be there for Christmas and New Year's. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's a busy time, but that might be a good way to do it, is if I go down right before New Year's or right before Christmas, and then on the way back, I can hit the Bricks LA. That could be fun. Who knows? So many choices. Yeah, I think Doc's going to be there at Bricks Cascade too. And I recently posted something on Instagram about, this is right now they're doing something called Thank a Fall for the month of November. Thank a Fall, which is Minimal Bricks and I think Brett Lego are hosting that. It's like there's so many challenges going on right now. It's like, how many challenges can you? I was just invited to another challenge, and this other challenge is another Secret Santa challenge. And I said, I'm already part of 2 Secret Santas right now. Oh, by the way, I'm going to show this once I finish this layer, but I added a light brick to my fireplace for the gift that I'm making for one of the Tricky Luggers for Secret Santa. It looks amazing. The only problem is I can't find the sack, Santa's bag. I had it this afternoon and I can't find it, but the lighted brick, I added the lighted brick into the fireplace and it looks awesome. So I'm almost done with this layer and I'll show everybody. Yeah. I hope the person I'm giving it to likes it.
It looks like it's a really cool build.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spotlight me again. So here's where I am so far. You can see the pink is kind of coming up. I've got the white on the bottom. I'm going to keep working on that, but I wanted to show everybody the lighted brick that I put into the fireplace. And I also wanted to get your opinion about this too, so you probably have seen this, and Joel, you probably remember that I replaced that rectangular table with this round one. But I put these shields that came from one of the Frozen sets. I thought that was kind of cool. I may change it out. Maybe I'll put gold ones there or not, but those are kind of cool. And then I also swapped out that Lego one for this sailboat. I might even put the panda beat-bit tile, but then I thought the maroon and the dark red would clash. So I kind of like that. And I still need to get some more azure for the edges, but it's coming along. But look at this. It's got a play feature. It's
Wow.
got the lighted, it's got a lighted furnace. So you probably
It
don't want
looks so
Santa
good.
going down when it's lit. But when Santa's not there, they can do that. And then I had a sack for him. So I thought you could throw the sack down and then you could get him, you know, the play function of him going down the chimney should still work. There we go. So he can still go down the chimney that way. And then the back, there's the lighted brick now. So you can see it's right here. And then you can still open it up and see Santa at the beach, either
Yep.
when he's delivering down under or when he is on vacation. But yeah, the lighted brick makes such a difference. Oh my God. I found an extra one. I said, okay, I'm going to put it in there. And it just looks freaking amazing. And I haven't tried this yet, trying to get him out with that lighted brick in there. Like maybe I might have to rethink that. No, I could still get him out. Okay, good. So, but I think somebody had said I should put logs down there, but I think this takes the place of the logs. I think that, I mean, it just looks cool. Look at the glow on that. It's a nice little wintry scene.
It looks so
Santa
good.
deserves a fire on his butt for kissing mommy without her consent. That is hilarious, Joel. Oh my God, you're funny. Okay, so everybody agrees that the lighted brick is a winner. So good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I may decide to do a series of these little 3-in-1 book builds. I still have to order the dark red bricks, but I wanted to check on the comments. Do you think the shields work okay, those light blue shields, or should I look for, I'm debating about that, or a 2x4, like a painting or something to go over the fireplace. We did talk about also maybe putting socks or stockings, like a string, like that rope that they make that have the little clip sections. I might have to look for those. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at size. How far up am I? Okay, so I'm about a fifth of the way up. And we've been streaming now for a little over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes.
So it's taking me about 1 hour to do one box then.
Yeah.
It goes to show you I'm a slow builder.
Alyssa, hello. Welcome to the stream. I finally catch Brickanista live. I do tend to stream late. That is true. Well, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm making this vase for the flowers. And Zach is working on the Lego boxes. I didn't know you could get those. So actually, can you show the box for everybody?
Sure.
Yeah.
And actually, I just finished the little drawer feature.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't know where my camera is.
Alyssa's. Yeah. Can you show the box too, the packaging?
Yes.
For Joel? Because he goes, wait, what is Zach building? Yeah, I haven't seen those.
I think it's an older set. I know
Is it?
When I saw it. I don't know the year, but it's set 40118.
And did you get that recently, or have you had
Actually,
it in
I picked it up at Brick Rodeo.
Oh, nice. So. Yeah. So, and it is a set. And what was the set number again?
It is 40118.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Zach's first time streaming live, and we're doing something called a community build on Saturday night. So last week we had Alexander 23 and Robbie from Las Vegas who were on. And I started a little earlier because Alexander 23 is on the East Coast. I think, Alyssa, are you also on the East Coast too? Because you said it's past your bedtime, so I'm assuming you're on the East Coast or somewhere where it's like 3 hours ahead from when I'm streaming. And I know when I'm on Twitch, I'm one of the few that stream late at night. So I should say that stream Lego late at night. But there's more people moving on to Twitch. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. But I think part of it is because you can reach affiliate status with 50 followers. Whereas, on YouTube, you still need to have 1,000 subscribers too. Which, by the way, like the stream if you like it. Yeah, I think that it's interesting just seeing, because of COVID, how many people now are streaming. Myself included, right? But I will say, at least, to kind of plug myself, is that I was on the radio before. So I kind of missed being on the radio and talking out loud to myself with no audience is something I'm used to doing. Zach's set was released in 2014. Wow. Okay. So you got that from Brick Rodeo. That's cool. Nice. So was that your first convention too?
It was my first convention. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a really great time there.
Did you meet Glenn while you were there too? Because that's Glenn's home convention.
I didn't. I think we saw each other, but I think it was, some people were in masks, some people weren't, so it's hard to recognize faces.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one thing about the state we're in right now. And it kind of reminds me of when they had the manhunt for Brian Laundrie, with that Gabby Petito case, and how all these people were speculating about, he's probably left the country and, he's got a mask on, so who knows where he could be. That's a silver lining of the pandemic, new friends streaming. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I had a YouTube account for a while, actually, but I hadn't really done anything with it. So it was also good motivation to start doing something more instead of just letting it languish. And I think now that I'm streaming regularly, oops, sorry, I'm not in the camera frame. Let me move that up a little. There we go. Yeah, and you saw that book that I'm reading right now, that book about habits and how they change your life. And I tell you, I've started thinking about how just getting my dog, I've had to change my habits because, you have to wake up early, take her out, give her a little walk. And, it's actually helped me, I think, be a healthier person. And that's something I've missed. I don't have a yard, so it's not like I could just open the door and let her go out. Oh, but did I tell you, Zach, about how I went to do my Brickanista on the Move episode with Lena? And so I put Kesara in her crate, and I told Lena, I said, I got to go because she's been in her crate now 3 hours. By the time I get home, she'll be in there 4 hours. So I gotta go. I get home. She somehow worked her way out of the crate. And she's just staring at me when I open the door. So I don't know if she was just laying on the floor and just staring at the door the whole time. But I guess the good news is I looked around and she did not damage anything in the apartment. Nothing.
That's very good news.
Oh my God. I was panicking because, when I saw her, I went around and checked for any wet spots, and she was so good. I mean, and of course I let her out, and she was fine. I think it's also makes a difference that she's an older dog because she's 4 rather than a puppy. I think a puppy would have just been all over the place.
Yeah.
That would have been a disaster. Yeah. But Yeah. So dogs are the best. Yes. And going back to habits is that, and I did this too with my first dog, is that I used to have rabbits before I had dogs. And so, getting used to a dog, you have to get up early, let them out, walk them, do all that. So when I was in my old neighborhood in North Carolina, before I got Logan, I mean, this was like, I don't know, gosh, 16 years ago. It's been a while because he died when he was 14 and a half. I had him 12 years, actually more like 14 years. So I didn't know what kind of dog I was going to get. I didn't know if I could adjust to the lifestyle. So I would walk my imaginary dog in the neighborhood in the mornings. And my neighbors were like, we never see you. What are you doing out? I go, I'm going to be getting a dog soon. That's a good girl. Yes. Oh my God. She's amazing. She is awesome. And she's right here. She's just laying down here. Yeah, we're talking about you. Yeah. The other thing about her, which is kind of unusual, is that Logan had a notch in his ear. And then when I was talking to the breeder and I saw pictures, I said, "Oh my gosh, is that a notch in her ear?" And she goes, "Yeah, she got into a dog fight." And I said, "Oh my God, that's great."
That's great.
My other dog had a notch in his ear. This dog was definitely meant for me. And yeah, so he had a notch in, let's see, which one do you have? Oops, she just took off. Let's see. Her notch is in her right ear. His notch was in his left ear. So it's almost like they're a match set. So yeah. Okay, there's the pink. I was going to say I grabbed some pink studs. And you're right about parts. It's like, do I have enough parts for this? It's like, thankfully I do. I should be okay. And like I said, if not, I can always make this a shorter vase. Should be fine. But I think this pink is going to look beautiful with the roses. I think it's going to look super nice. Did I wake you up? But the one thing that she's so funny about is that first thing in the morning, and like I said, I'm still getting used to this dog because, she's different from Logan, is that when we go to get ready to go out, I'll put the collar on and we walk outside. And the first thing she does is she'll yawn and then she'll do like this little howl, like, "Oh."
Oh, that's always so cute.
It's so adorable. Oh my God. I was like, that is so cute. Yeah. Yeah, she's a good girl.
I saw your Instagram post of her Halloween costume, and that was very adorable.
Well, she didn't go anywhere. She was just walking around the apartment with that. I didn't take her to because right now I'm still waiting to socialize her with other dogs because she's still kind of skittish. So I'm kind of letting her get comfortable. I've now had her for a month. So it's it's something that I forgot how much I missed having a dog. Yeah. And she is so funny about, she's much more affectionate than Logan was. So I don't know if now she's awake. Maybe I'll pick her up and show you. She'll like to lick my face all the time. It's something I'm not used to, right? That she's like, "I just want to kiss you again. Hello. Do you want to say hello to everybody? You want to say hello? Or you just want to stare at me for a while?" Well, they talk about how dogs will lower your blood pressure. And I am so much calmer now. It is so true. And I forgot how much I missed having a dog. It just, I don't know. It's been almost 2 years because Logan died 2019, actually a little more than 2 years, almost 3 years. Yeah, because he died in February of 2019. And I was still living in California at the time when that happened. So yeah, she's a good girl though, and she's super quiet, which is perfect for being in an apartment. There's been a couple times where she'll hear something outside and she'll start saying, "What's that? I need to alert you. Something's happening outside." Okay, I'm finished with this layer. So you want to say hello? You want to say hello to everybody? Come on, girl. Up. Yeah, good girl. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, I'm going to make you full screen so everybody can see you. So here's Sarah. her name was Sarah, so I didn't want to change her name too radically so that she wouldn't know I was talking to her. You doing okay? Yeah. So like I said, she's super chill. She's just she's like okay, whatever. And I think she's still getting used to me. Hello. Yeah. So hello everybody. You know how Logan on Logan Cookie Time is super hyper, right? Well, she's super chill. Though I do have some treats here because I had them ready for in case during the meeting we were going to do Logan Cookie Time, but they didn't do it. Okay, let's see how she does. This is the first for this episode, for this show. Here, want some? You want a treat? Sometimes what she does is she's just like holding on to it, or she's like, I don't want to eat it while you're holding me. You got it? Okay. And in fact, when I first got her, she would take one piece of food. Oops. Okay, I think she wants to eat it on the floor. Here, we'll try one more. We'll try it again. I got to get her used to this because if we ever have a Logan Cookie Time where we're on, there you go. See, that wasn't so bad. The other one she just spit out. She was just like, what is this? You've had these treats before. There we go. So we're practicing for Logan Cookie Time. Good girl.
It's the pressure of being on screen.
Right. She's like, what am I doing here? Okay, I've got one more for you. And you can eat the one on the floor. Okay, there we go. Yay. You can tell she's not really a hyper dog. She's not like panting or everything, but she seemed pretty happy to have food though. Most dogs are. Okay. You want to get the other one? Yeah. Yeah, so if I do come down to California, I'll probably be bringing her with me. So that's the other thing I got to figure out is logistics on that. Too much pressure eating on camera. Yeah. You're a good girl. So good. And you're like going, I know there's another piece on the floor. Let me at it. So, yeah, she was like, yoink. There it is. So the other thing I'm keeping handy now are wet naps for myself. Because when you pick up a dog, it's got oils on their skin and such. So yeah, that was it. That's it. You got all your treats. So she hasn't yet been trained for Logan Cookie Time with the music, but I'm sure she will be someday. Chill dogs are the best. Yes, they definitely are the best. I'm Gucci, just crushed all of the leftover Halloween candy. Yeah. No, she's like I said, she's a super, super chill dog. And when I'm out, I just tell her I'll be back in a couple hours. And I come back and she's just, she's just usually she's staring at the door. So I wish maybe I should set up a dog cam, just to see what she does when I'm out of the apartment. You got some Halloween candy that I'm gonna eat. Since I gave up sugar, I give it to the company when they visit. Oh, you give it to company when they visit. Yeah, I know. It's interesting about how one thing I've been trying to do. So I've been reading this habit book and I posted it on the Discord server. So in case anybody's interested, it's a super easy read. I mean, the guy is just so great with storytelling. He'll start with talking about, for example, Michael Phelps and how his training instructor, what he would do to get him in the frame of mind for when he would be swimming in the Olympics and, over time. But it's so true that, and this goes back to having a dog, is that when you have a dog, you have a routine that you have to follow. So for Sarah, I will tell her, okay, so we're gonna go out and do your business, and then we're gonna have breakfast, right? So she knows that there's, this routine. We'll take her out, we'll feed her breakfast. I'll wait a little bit, take her out again so she can, stretch her legs some more. So I've got more pink. So I'm going to just keep going with the pink because I'm about a third of the way up for a pick-a-brick cup. And I might make this a little shorter. How are you doing on your set, Zach?
I'm about halfway through the second box, the red box.
Okay, we're tracking about the same then, I think. Cool. You suffer with low to no sugar, dark chocolate. Yeah, I think I'm a sucker for fruit treats, like those fruit roll-ups and things like that. I like those. And when they were talking about C's candy the other day, oh, here, let me spotlight you. Okay, so there's a black box and a red box.
Yeah, here's the black box again.
Uh-huh. With the painter dude.
The painter. And this one opens like that way.
Oh, it opens too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, that's fun. What a fun
and actually
little
this box actually is supposed to open like that.
Oh, okay, great. So you have a hinge top.
You'll have it, yes.
Yeah, so going back to habits, it's I haven't, I've been, because I have been working from home, I tend to sleep in and I stay up late at night, which is why I stream late. But I have to get up a little earlier for her, which has kind of percolated into other benefits too, where I'll have breakfast earlier and we go for walks. And I also just got recertified in my Tai Chi teaching because I stopped teaching because of COVID. But now that things are getting better, I said, I could probably start teaching again. I should get recertified. So that's what I was doing all day Thursday, is I was in a recertification class. Dark chocolate is evil. I wouldn't say that, Joel. Though I guess you're practicing to be the evil partner of Debo, right? Have you been talking to Debo yet? Because I think he's putting his application together for Lego Masters. So I think you're, definitely in the running if you, want to be on TV. I think I do a better job as the commentator. I think if Yano wants to do it again, I think that would be fun to do those review episodes that we were doing before. Get you out of solo. Yeah, so I think Sarah has saved me in a lot of ways, because I think my eating habits have gotten better, though they weren't that bad to begin with. Since I'm a vegan, I don't eat a lot of heavy meats or anything. The one thing though, she's so skittish that I haven't set up like doggy play dates or anything for her yet. I want her to meet Nuka, who is Danine's dog, but Danine's dog is so hyper. Every time I go over there, she's like, "Oh, I want to meet her. I want to meet her. I want to see her. I want to see her." So, and she's quite a bit bigger than her. So I was like, I don't know how they're going to do when they meet. Debo would not want to have to carry a noob like me. You say you're a noob, but you do mock building as well. And like you said, you would make for great television. And not everybody on that show was an expert builder. I mean, if you look at the gamut, in fact, I think Aubrey was mentioning that I think who was it? The woman who did the singing, Natalie or Michelle, one of those two, that they weren't big builders to begin with, that they just kind of built their skills over time. But I tell you, I don't think I could have built a castle like the twins did. OMG, that was so freaking amazing. And I'm not really into castle, which kind of surprises me because I really liked Game of Thrones and I like dragons. You would think I would build castles, but I haven't really built a castle. Joel Mox. Hashtag Joel Mox. I agree. I definitely agree. He's a mocker. He won't admit it, but he is. So what do you think? I think this is coming along nicely. This
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. I do like this pink. I think it adds a nice little dimension to it. I do think the advertising has been interesting for Lego Master Season 3. Did you notice that they put Natalie and Michelle in there and Randall and Sarita? Two of the teams who didn't make it into the finals. Whereas
right.
I think the other ones, they put the winners on. So it's kind of like, we want you, but we're not sure if you're going to win. You know? What's the message here? What are you trying to tell us? Yeah, we're up for diversity, but we're not sure if you're going to win. Oh, did you just hear something? Yeah. Okay. I think it's also nice having a dog because then when I'm talking out loud, it's like I'm talking to something instead of just talking to myself. All right, this is looking nice. I think we're onto something here. And like you said, it's a good thing I have a lot of these pink studs. Like I said, she's not a really loud dog, but for some reason, what is it? What is it, girl? Yeah, I know. It's a good thing it's Saturday night. Because then, if it was any other night, I'd be like, 10:30. Yeah, my neighbor just closed their door, so I think she's still getting used to the sounds of, this environment. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's going to come in and hurt us. We're good. Do you have any pets, Zach?
I have a cat. And, recently, actually, he had to have surgery on his. Well, I guess surgery is kind of a understatement. He actually had to have an amputation because he had a lot of tumors on his arm.
Oh no!
So
how old is your
cat? I have a. He's about 6 years old.
Oh, poor kitty.
So now he's a three-legged cat, but he's a lot better now. So it was hard for him having so many.
I'm so sorry.
But he's doing a lot better. I think he's definitely happier not having tumors.
Not in that pain. I imagine it was a lot of pain for him. Oh wow.
Right. Yeah. But he's doing a lot better now. He's had the surgery about a month ago, so he's definitely hobbling around.
Oh no, Sean Connery just died. Oh, I'm sorry. 007 has died. Not that I know him in person or anything. Well, we all travel the same road, all of us. Eventually, someday, we all have that time that comes. That's why you gotta see what legacy you leave behind. And mine is enabling people to buy more Lego. That's one of my legacies, right?
It's working.
It's working. I'm getting people to buy Lego. Well, and I had talked with a friend of mine too about how you know, it's one thing about people who buy all those big sets, but there's so many people who can't afford it. And, you know, I can't even imagine, you know, to them, it must seem like really unapproachable. Like one of the sets that I have my eye on, I almost bought it, but I saw the typewriter, which was less expensive. So I got that instead, is the grand piano, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to go get the typewriter, but I don't buy those big sets very often. I mean, there are some streamers, their whole stream is, look at this haul. This is my latest haul. And it's like, I've got this $12.99 set that you can get. Yeah, I don't have those kinds of disposable funds. Sorry, folks. I wish I did. That maybe I need a sponsor. If I had, and that goes back to when I was talking about doing a Brickanista on the Move episode at a hotel. That would be kind of cool. You know, maybe they would be up for that. And then, you know, if you know, we could say live in front of a studio audience or in front of a hotel audience, it's Brickanista on the Move. Which hotel are you at today? You know, we're at the Snoqualmie Inn, also home of the Twin Peaks episode. Come on over sometime. I don't know. I've heard about YouTube streamers who have all these sponsorships. I'm definitely not one of them. All of the Lego here was bought by me, just for the record. Because what happens is that, and this has happened on my Instagram account, is that the bots will flag it as paid content. And it's like, yeah, it was paid by me. He died last year. Oh. See, I didn't even know that either.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, funny. All right. So that's my legacy too. I get AFOLs to buy more Lego on AFOL day. The manager really likes when I am around. That's funny, Joel. And yeah, Doc Sampson's right. I guess I got a post that was a year late. My bad. It's a good thing we have people here who can check your sources. He was 90. Yeah. My dad's going to be 90 next year. So I'm planning a trip to Arizona for his 90th birthday. But yeah, I know. It's like we all travel the same road. He's in pretty good shape. There's you know, he was a postal worker for a long time, so he delivered the mail. He's used to walking a lot. He still walks. Even to this day, he still walks every day. Which is part of the reason why going back to having a dog is that you have to walk every day. And with a herding dog, like corgis, you have to walk them twice a day. But she is kind of super low energy that I don't have to walk her very far. In fact, I have this walking trail behind my apartment, which is so nice. It's really well lit. And I tried to take her down there and she'd go halfway and she wanted to go back. And she was like, okay, I'm done. Let's go back. Whereas Logan, I would take him for miles sometimes. When we went on our cross-country trip from North Carolina to California, when we got to Memphis, I had parked in this one area near the river. And then I said, oh, you know, that doesn't look too far. We'll go downtown. And it was like 2 miles there and 2 miles back. Yeah, and he was fine. He loved it. I don't think Kesara would do that. I think she would be like, what do you think we're doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? I want to go back to the car. If she could talk, that's what she would probably say. Okay, so here I'm going to do a close-up of this so people can see what it looks like.
Oh, that looks good.
That looks nice, huh? And then if I do another, I'm looking at the time. So I've been streaming for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So if I do the last couple layers, that'll bring it up to here. that's still going to be a little short. That's going to be like just a little over half the cup. But like I said, we could make these smaller and put them in there. But just looking at the size, let's see. Yeah, I think this will work. It's Lego. You can make it whatever you want. How much more do you have on yours?
I actually just finished the last red box.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what I'll do is let me finish. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, and I'll do them all in white. And then that way it'll be like white, pink, white, and then I'll put the flowers in. I can always expand it later if that's okay with you. I don't think it'll take me too long. Or I can also just close up shop.
It's looking really good.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, this kind of pattern is great also for doing castles and such, like round castle builds. The only thing is you can't really, it's hard to attach things to it from the inside. So that's the only kind of downfall is you can attach things from the top. So you could put like down brackets on here to put like banners or something on there if you wanted to. Thought you were building a castle tower, not a vase. So, like I said, this is a good technique for castle towers. Well, and I don't really have a lot of shaping skills. This is like one of my go-tos for a lot of things. And then the other thing I have is this squarish one, this one. So like I said, we could do a combination. I could, once I do this layer, once I do this couple layers, then we'll show the camera different ways you can present, because we don't have a vase. I'm sure there's got to be something Lego could do, like the ship in the bottle. Couldn't they adapt the ship in the bottle for something like that? I would think so.
I can show the last of the.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you do that while I continue on?
So here's the last red box.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike.
Are you planning to? Do you have something in mind to put in there?
I'm not too sure. Actually, the one thing I do have, I traveled with is the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, are you a big Marvel fan?
Actually, I'm not, but the minute I saw this minifig, I know I wanted it.
That sounds just like Flynn. Flynn loves the Scarlet Witch. And
it's a very cool minifig, and it took me a couple tries to find it too.
Mm-hmm. So are you so she's one of your favorites in the Marvel universe? Are there any others?
Let's see which ones. The Spider-Man minifigs are pretty cool. I think there's so many versions.
Yeah, Spider-Man's pretty awesome. Though I will say I do like the Tom Holland one the best of all the Spider-Man we've had. I mean, he actually does gymnastics too. That's part of the reason why he got the job, is that he actually can do some of those moves. So I'm still laughing at Doc's comment, like, I thought you were building a castle tower, not a vase. Well, okay, so I've done 2 levels. So like I said, just 4 more levels, and then we'll close it down. How did
the remainder pieces? If I can get it in the camera.
Here, hold up. Let me get you full screen.
I don't know if that's coming out. I'm using a tablet, so it's not very
So what is that you were showing? That's
I was just showing the extra pieces that came with it.
Oh, the extra pieces that came with it. Well, that tray that you're building on is pretty cool.
It's 2 1x4 bricks. And actually, I think they added these 2 1x4 bricks so you could, if you wanted to switch out the painter's job,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like before you started, you could put those back.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also does come with an extra brush.
Oh, nice.
And then an extra pail handle. It'd be nice if it came with one more pail, but it's just a handle.
Now, did you display when you were at Bricks Rodeo too? Did you take a mock with you?
I didn't have anything ready at the time, so I would have liked to. I think, you know, if I definitely go next year, I definitely want to work on something to take.
Well, the other reason why it's good to work on something is then you can go behind the stanchions and sit there. And then because you're part of, you know, one of the builders. And that was how I got introduced to pirates. Is that I was at Bricks by the Bay and I had an animation. That was my submission because that was the theme, was animation. And then I looked around and I said, where do you want the animators to sit? And they go, oh, you could just sit wherever you want. Oh, what is that? Hold up, you're muted. I think we couldn't hear you.
There it is. Joel was asking me about this keychain. It's actually a keychain that one of the sellers was selling at Brick Rodeo, ironically.
So it is a keychain that you can put your Scarlet Witch in.
I think it's just for one minifig. It has the two the 2 studs.
Right.
And then she can spin.
Oh, that's nice. So for your first convention, because you're also in New Mexico, so you had to travel to Houston for this, right?
Right. This one was in, yes, Houston. I think next year's will be in Austin.
Right. That's where Glenn lives. So you definitely should try to connect next time you're out there. All right. So I'm on the 4th level, just so you know. I'm cruising along. Like I said, I'm giving myself another couple minutes to finish this off. Yeah. So like I said, once you get the pattern in place, it goes pretty quickly. It's just that, you know, you're working on a plate high. I mean, maybe if I was smart, I should have done this with 1x2 bricks and palisades or barrels. And then it would be a lot taller, a lot faster. But the only problem is I just don't have those parts. I knew I could do this because I had all these 1x2s in white, and white would look good with this. So I think this is going to look great. I like it. That's, you know, I'm the one who's going to be looking at it. So. Okay, so we're now on level 5. Like I said, I think we'll be okay. Oh. I think part of the problem is also now that I have a dog, I've been vacuuming more because, first of all, because there's a lot of hair. And then second of all, because I don't want her to be injured by anything that I may have dropped on the floor. So but she's been super, super good. What I was trying to mention earlier when she was having her treat is that when I first started feeding her, she would take one piece of kibble and she'd put it outside of her bowl and she'd lick it for a while and try to decide if she was going to eat it or not. And then she would start eating. Whereas Logan was like ravenous. Every time I fed him, it was like I couldn't feed him enough. It was just like always eating all the time. And then, but one of the things I noticed is she has really dry skin. So I started adding pollock oil to her food, and oh my gosh, she now she doesn't do the one piece kibble anymore. where she puts it on the side, she just starts going nuts. She goes, okay, I got some food. Where's that fish oil? I want more fish oil. All right. So we have one more layer, and then I'm going to put the, so here, I'll show you what it looks like for now. And then we'll have one more layer, and then I'll put the different flowers in there. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm going to have to make them a little shorter because right now this is about half the size of a pick-a-brick cup. It is a little shorter, slightly shorter, not too bad. So do you think you'll ever make it, Zach, to one of the conventions on the West Coast?
It'd be nice. I definitely think I have family in Washington, so that would, I could.
Oh, up here? You do?
In Washington, yeah.
Oh, you should definitely go to BrickCon. So October, you've been to your first. You can go to, and in fact, BrickCon is the oldest running or longest running AFOL convention.
Oh, wow.
In Seattle. Yeah.
There's a couple other minifigs I picked up from the Pick-a-Brick or Build a Minifig. Sorry.
Oh, the Mario cheese for Dia de los Muertos.
Yep.
Now, does your family celebrate Dia de los Muertos?
Occasionally, it's we did this year. I definitely put up a lot of candles and made a little altar. So.
Right. I don't know if you saw Yano's post because she's half Mexican.
Cool. Actually, I think that's where she might have these same minifigs in that post.
I've got you spotlighted. Right. I think she does. But I think
she had a bride and a groom.
Yeah, it was a really good post because we got to learn more about her heritage and also how we got to be careful about marginalizing a culture and, using it for, without truly understanding it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I've finished the 6 levels. So we have 6 levels of plates here. And then I haven't counted, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 in the middle, and then 6 on top. So we've got that. And then we have my previous tray that I made before. And let's see what we can fit in here. Oops. I grabbed this painter's tape instead of the tray. So, oh my goodness. That shows you how tired I am. Thank you, Joel. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So here's the rose. And I think, let's see, if we put the rose in here like this, that's actually a good size for the rose. Here, just to give you the side view, that is the rose. And like I said, we're adjusting it, and we took a couple of these out. And then we have, now if I really wanted to be crazy, I probably should have made a base for this too, but I didn't have time. But here's one of the, let's see, should I take another one out? Will this be a better size, or maybe I should make it taller? Okay, we're gonna go tall. Okay, and then we have the purple or lavender. And like I said, I think Lego's missing an opportunity to develop a vase of some sort. Like I said, I came up with something kind of crude, but I think it definitely looks better than putting it in a pick-a-brick cup. Okay, so we have this. And I think we're going to have to take some of these off. Just like with flower arranging, you know how you have to move these stems around. Okay. And we have one more rose. Actually, the width of this is pretty good. And these I need to move up a little bit. The Lego Bird of Paradise vase has a Technic interior that allows you to insert the flowers. Really? Okay. Well, see, they need to come up with a vase for these too. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. Like I said, I think these leaves are getting in the way, so I'm just trying to adjust these a little bit. Let's make this one a little taller. I do kind of like the fact that these stems are easy to remove, so you can make some adjustments. And what's kind of cool is that even though I don't have a bottom to this, because it's hollow, because of these leaves and the way that this is set, it actually doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to switch over to my other camera. Let me put this into the waiting room. And so there we have it.
Looks good.
It's nice, huh? It's a nice little, I mean, it's better than having the Pick-a-Brick cup, right? Here are my choices. I could put it in the Pick-a-Brick cup, or I could create my own little vase. So
It's a good choice.
I think this works. And if I wanted to finish it, I could put some plates around the top, maybe in pink if I wanted to, or I play around with it. And like I said, I could make this taller because these stems are taller. I've got like maybe two more of these that could make this taller. But, you know, I think considering where I was before I started the stream, this is definitely a lot better. Well, cool. And why don't you go ahead and show yours as well?
Oh.
And then I'll take a still shot of this after the stream's over, and we can say community stream. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that angle. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, you want to grab the other one too? Yeah. Oh, neat.
Oh, let me put the little
need the painter to.
There we go.
Yay! That's awesome. Thank you so much. Here, let me see what it looks like side by side. I think that's probably the better look. Yeah, I think the close-up was a better look like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Zach. That was nice.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that was great. And like I said, the Brickanista Broadcast Network, we're trying something new by doing this little community stream kind of build and chat kind of format. And thank you, Joel, for hanging out with us, and Cornado and Doc and Alyssa. And I think that just having people to chat with, Stefan was here earlier as well. And of course, Zach, you're always welcome to come back if you ever want to do this again. And tomorrow we are going to be doing mock improv. And I've got Remy Baker and Alexander 23 as well, who are going to be joining me. And possibly, I'm just going to keep it a question mark, one more player who might be joining us as well. So super
I'll be
excited.
on the road, but I'll definitely see if I can tune in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Well, you can always watch it later too.
Yep.
You know, we don't want you to be, driving and it's like, wait a minute, what did they do? Yeah. Right. Well, and that's what I love about mock improv is that we have participation from the chat as far as what do you want us to build? And then we spin the wheel and who knows what we're going to end up building. It's a lot of fun. So if you ever want to come try one of those too, you're always welcome to try that.
I don't know if I'm ready yet.
No pressure. Just if you ever feel like it, just let me know. Well, cool.
But I'll say good night tonight. Thank you for having me on, Brickanista.
Yes, thank you. And I'll just say thank you, Zach, again, everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. And I hope you like this new format. We're going to try it out and see how things go. But thank you again for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow, both on YouTube at 1 o'clock. So I'll be here 1 o'clock with Mock Improv. And then at 9 o'clock, I will be on Twitch. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.